With the surprise critical success of The Witcher 3 winning over 800 awards, with 50 of those being Game of the Year awards, including South by Southwest, DICE, and even the Game Awards in 2015, and the incredible sales that as of March 2016 has grossed over a whopping 10 million copies, CD Projekt Red have shown that they can do a lot to the open world RPG with The Witcher 3. And with that being in mind, they have a lot on their hands for their new open world RPG, Cyberpunk 2077. So here I am to show you everything that we know about the game so far. Number 1. What is Cyberpunk 2077? Cyberpunk 2077 is set in the year 2077, obviously, and takes place in the fictional city called Night City, a city between San Francisco and LA that already exists in the pen and paper RPG/board game created by Mike Pondsmith of the same name. It's an exciting and vibrant place to live, but Night City is even more fun to visit. World famous for its slogan, "The City on the Edge of Tomorrow," the area hosts almost 9 million tourists, conventioneers, and corporate travelers every year. A planned community with an advanced rapid transit system, its own net, LDL, and a corporate center boasting representatives from over a dozen of the world's most powerful megacorps. Night City is a shining example of technology triumphant over the trouble of the past. As Pondsmith puts it in the video below, punks and corporate stooges of all varieties wander these foggy, once mob-ruled streets, and by 2020 corporations are openly warring for them. Cyberpunk 2077 will show us what happened to the city in the aftermath of that war. Cyberpunk is about an interface, about people and technology, but not in that transhumanist way where it's all about technology changing or improving them. It's about how people use things. There's a great Gibson saying that street finds its use for things, and that's what Cyberpunk is about. It's not about saving humanity, it's about saving yourself, said Pondsmith in a video with Machinima. People have wondered what's going to happen. There are clues and hints. If we told you, we'd have to kill you, as usual, said Pondsmith during Cyberpunk 2077's reveal in 2012. One of them is a big hint I left for everybody at the end of the fourth corporate war, when I dropped a small pocket tactical nuke in the middle of the Arasaka Towers. And that kind of left a really large real E-state space that we're going to be playing around with. The event he's referring to happened in 2024 on the Cyberpunk timeline, which means we step into Night City a little over 50 years after part of the downtown was destroyed and presumably rebuilt. Number 2. How big is Cyberpunk 2077? Back in September, CD Projekt Red applied grants which suggest Cyberpunk 2077 could feature a, quote, huge living city and seamless multiplayer, end quote, which is backed up by a story from 2015, in which Cyberpunk 2077 will be, quote, far bigger than anything else that CD Projekt Red has done before, end quote, including The Witcher 3. So if this turns out to be true, that means that Cyberpunk 2077 will be exponentially large, and hopefully full of side quests with their own meaty subplots. In addition, the Polish government is funding $7 million in research for Cyberpunk. I have no idea why they're doing this. I looked it up and I really couldn't find anything, but they did. Although CD Projekt Red did propose 4 proposals, including city creation, seamless multiplayer, cinematic feel, and animation excellence. Number 3. When is Cyberpunk 2077 coming out? CD Projekt Red has stuck to the tagline, "When it's done," learning from The Witcher 3's multiple delays, but we first heard about Cyberpunk in 2012, so you should at least expect the game in the next 3 years. In addition, CD Projekt Red responded to a question on a studio forum. When asked how many people are working on the game, a representative replied, quote, "There are currently more game developers working on Cyberpunk 2077 than on The Witcher 3 in its most intensive month," end quote. So that wraps up all we know about Cyberpunk 2077 so far. If you think I missed anything, please write it in the comments below, and if you liked this video or found it informative, please leave a like and subscribe.